Pakistan has successfully taken delivery of a significant consignment of 40 customized Z-10 attack helicopters. This acquisition represents a formidable upgrade to its capabilities, one specifically designed to counter and neutralize India's armored divisions. In a potential conflict, this development could render Indian tanks little more than scrap metal. The Z-10's primary role is precisely to engage and destroy such armored threats. The history of this procurement includes an interesting turn of events. Around 2015, China had initially offered the Z-10 to Pakistan. However, at that time, Pakistan declined the offer. The rationale was that the Z-10 was a medium-class attack helicopter. While it offered superior maneuverability, its payload capacity and armor protection were considered inferior to the heavy attack helicopters in India's arsenal, such as the American-made Apache and the Russian Mi-28, or Ka-52. Following this, Pakistan entered into negotiations with Turkey. Considering the shared heritage between the two Muslim nations, Turkey offered its T-129 ATAC, a helicopter developed from the Italian A-129 Mangusta. The T-129 boasted a maximum takeoff weight of 5 tons, compared to the Z-10's 4 tons at that time. As the A-129 was a mature and proven design, Pakistan viewed this as a more conservative and reliable choice, especially since the Z-10 program was still in its relatively early stages. The Turkish modified version was designated the T-129, and an agreement with Pakistan seemed imminent. However, the deal collapsed due to geopolitical factors. Turkey, a NATO member, procured the S-400 air defense system from Russia, prompting the United States to impose sanctions. These sanctions included a ban on the export of critical military components to Turkey, most notably the high-thrust turboshaft engines required for the T-129, which were sourced from the US. This also led to Turkey's removal from the F-35 program. Turboshaft engines are exceptionally difficult to manufacture, as they must be compact enough to fit within a helicopter's airframe while generating immense thrust to lift a multi-ton aircraft. Turkey's domestic industrial base lacked the capability to produce such advanced engines independently. As a result, the acquisition of the T-129 by Pakistan was cancelled, as Turkey could not deliver the helicopters. Following a subsequent air engagement between the two nations, Pakistan, despite achieving an aerial victory through a superior integrated air combat system, recognized a critical vulnerability. In a potential ground war, India's numerical superiority in tanks and armored vehicles would pose a decisive threat. This realization created a new sense of urgency to procure an effective anti-tank helicopter, and Pakistan re-engaged with China to revisit the purchase of the Z-10. A crucial factor in this renewed interest was the significant performance enhancements the Z-10 had undergone. The primary reason for this reconsideration was the helicopter's improved capabilities. Evidence of China's technological leap was demonstrated by the operational deployment of the new Z-20 utility helicopter in the high-altitude environment of the Tibetan Plateau. Operating in such thin air requires exceptionally powerful turboshaft engines, a capability that previously necessitated the use of imported Russian or American-made helicopters like the Black Hawk. The successful development of China's own high-thrust turboshaft engine, proven on the Z-20, was a game-changer. This advanced engine technology was subsequently integrated into the Z-10. This upgrade drastically increased the Z-10's maximum takeoff weight to 7 tons, far exceeding the T-129's 5 tons, and elevating it into a category approaching that of a heavy attack helicopter. This upgraded Z-10 can carry an impressive loadout of 16 anti-tank missiles. Furthermore, it is equipped with a mast-mounted millimeter-wave radar, allowing it to acquire targets while remaining concealed behind terrain. This provides a significant tactical advantage, enabling it to survey the battlefield from a covered position. In a unique innovation, the helicopter is also armed with TY-90 air-to-air missiles, giving it the ability to engage and defend against aerial threats such as other helicopters and even fighter jets. At present, the Z-10 is the only attack helicopter in the world with this integrated air-to-air combat capability. These comprehensive upgrades are all predicated on the power of the new turboshaft engine. Without sufficient thrust, the aircraft simply could not carry such a payload. Beyond the platform's individual capabilities, a paramount advantage lies in its capacity for network-centric warfare. The Z-10 can establish a high-speed data link with other Chinese-supplied assets in Pakistan's inventory, including the JF-17 and J-10C fighter jets, as well as the VT-4 main battle tanks. This enables fully integrated, multi-domain combined arms operations. In contrast, the Indian Army, despite operating advanced platforms like the Apache, lacks this level of integration. Its disparate inventory of Russian-made tanks and French-made Rafale jets cannot form a cohesive, unified network. Their communication is limited to rudimentary networking, often relayed through slower, third-party ground stations, precluding real-time, high-efficiency data transmission. It was in recognition of this vast networking superiority, combined with the dramatically enhanced combat power of the upgraded Z-10, that Pakistan committed to procuring a fleet of 40 helicopters. With these 40 advanced Z-10s, the Indian Army would be forced to seriously reconsider any large-scale ground offensive. The presence of this fleet serves as a powerful deterrent, fundamentally altering the strategic balance on the ground.